remember, so now we're moving towards Kihon Waza. It's a little more complicated feel than the cultivation set. Some of the things that are there, the timing window of the third drill is here, but more importantly, that need for constant fluctuation, especially on the curve. So in the drill set, things are linear, and there's no real need for constant fluctuation because the pressure doesn't ever change in its vector, okay? So this is the drill of the cultivation set, but as I start to move, I get his center is pressing into me, so it kind of happens by default, which is what makes it a cultivation drill. But as we're moving, I am still moving that center. So likewise, he pushes, he's still going that way, and that is still being grounded. So he can't go that way. So the rate, you could show it. The rate is that I am letting him in. So let's say he wants to run past me, he can't. He goes in at the rate that I'm letting him in. I control his rate. Okay? So likewise, if Sean comes around and I am not doing an anatomical, there's no skeletal alignment here, you see. And so Sean's added force, he just feels that same back foot as he's not going to shove me at some weird angle because I was bracing on this angle. You see that? Okay, so we'll just do discovery learning that way. Okay? You control the rate. So the guy's driving, and you decide the rate at which he goes. The other guy's pushing on you, and you'll feel I'm doing everything the same on the inside. So Sean can't push that way, and Chris is irrelevant to whatever I'm doing. Okay? Just to see what, oh yeah, they took away skeletal alignment. There is this constant need now. How do you do two angles? You can't do two angles with whatever we were thinking in the linear applications, okay? All right, try just to see what you're experiencing. You see that two angles, like right away you go, fuck, I was doing something else. Okay, that's good as long as we discover it. Here, I can take, we can go. There. That's hip rotation. Okay. Okay? You're not following him. You have a whole different job. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right, everyone feel what we're talking about? Okay, keep going. Keep training. And it's important, like I Senshin is over there. Okay. I just pick a vector. I'm not in whatever he's doing. You understand? So his shoulder is turning. I will turn around. That's another vector. But I'm going to touch something over there. Got it? and don't let my hands slip. So I go, he can keep moving, I can just cheer. Okay? Alright, and you can see, whoa, 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 just lots of forces are acting on us, okay? So that's why you gotta go back and do the other drill, make your way all the way through the drill, okay? So no, but even you can get them moving any old way, but you have to in your mind go, what was I doing in the other drill? Okay? So I'm here, I don't pull on his fingers, I should feel his center. The claw is going to move the elbow, I feel his center. And that's what makes him move. Okay? Not him pushing, I get out of the way and I make him move. Okay? So I'm here, feel this, boom. Yesterday we went here, this time we're going here. Boom, boom. Okay, try it. So start by settling your young aspect down. Connect to the center, move his center with the adhesion in the palm. That's it. And don't get picked up like that. Feel his center through the movement. Move your claw. Constantly scan for tension, for desire. Constantly modulate back to that midfoot. You can't keep the same orientation, so to speak. Watch, don't tip your shoulder, because there's no way I can be on the back midfoot with a dipped shoulder. You see that? Okay, so try it again. Okay, let's watch this. Come back out. Kiss your naughty. This is not. So you can see the shoulder already going back. Did everybody see that? No, you'll watch the video later. Okay, stop. So why did the shoulder go back? Just now, you guys can hang there. You can ease up on the pressure. Get back where you were. There's the turn. You see it? Okay, go back. Keep going, Chris. Until you stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Now the shoulder's dipping. Why is that happening?
Taking through the shoulder.
You're feeling a lot of pressure, Chris, right? So, in other words, if we're here, let me go back to where you started position, get your yawn going, okay? So, I'm moving the shoulder back. The pressure, you see the pressure. Now, he keeps going in. His elbow's getting closer to his body. Do you understand? What's making your elbow get closer to your body? The pressure. Got that? Right. Try it again, because you're looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've moved my shoulder there. There it is. There it is again. Can you guys see this? Okay, this is really no different from yesterday. You push in, you're pushing in, you see? And so you're like, oh, I gave you a couple options. What was the first one I gave you? Turn, over. Not working, not enough for my grounding. What? Slide back. Okay? But don't let your organization go. So we're here on this one. Okay? And you're feeling, whoa, I'm going over. And long before you felt that, you should already start coming into the movement. Okay? Try it again. If you go to the spiritual level, why did I get pushed back? Because I'm pushing in. Why am I pushing in? I'm trying to keep control. Okay? Let's go. We're now in Kihon, so you do what it takes using the engine you have. Watch your toes pointing out away from each other. All right. So I have my grid here. How much in can this elbow go on this spiral? To the yin. The hand can go to the Wuji line, but it can't cross over. Okay? So here, I can hold that, so I don't need to start. If I feel pressure, I just start turning it already. Okay? And I move the elbow to the yin line, and the technique. Just do it earlier, same thing. But even earlier, I'm not getting out of the way. You see, I'm in his shoulders. Even earlier, whatever he's touching, I'm moving the center, making that center move. It was here, it got to there. That's all I do. It traversed the mat here in position. Okay? Leave it there, pull the shoulders, not position until the shoulders pull on the center. Okay? Try it again. Pay attention to the elbow and the grid. And make sure you get there, though. Be on your toes. So you should have turned them earlier. So maybe I'm not being clear. In the Kokyu set, we are training for the skill. There's less application. In those things, especially like drills, let's take the standing meditation off, since that always confuses me. Okay, so the drill 1, we hold it, right? You hold it, you let the pressure accumulate, okay? You're trying to increase your skill, so you You hold as much as you can, as long as you can. And then drill 2, we actually increase the weight by making you go forward, okay? We're not doing that kind of training right now. Right now, we're trying to not increase the engine, we're trying to use the engine you have. Do you understand that difference? Okay, so that means I know what I'm supposed to do, and I should have never got here. My engine got displaced right away, but my engine should have gone here. You get? So there should be no time where I'm shaking now or anything, but at the same time, I'm still using the same engine and still achieving the same goals. Okay? Because there's no such thing as your once and for all engine that's universally going to address everything. That's not true. Not true at all. Okay? Different fighters, different surfaces, different times of the day, all that kind of changes. But I still work the same engine, okay? So I shouldn't see any shaking, no compromisation, no, and they shouldn't be there, I shouldn't be in their shoulders, got it? Okay, let's put it all together in Kihon now. Pay attention to the grid. Don't let him close your elbow. And don't fall out of your stance. Get your elbow to the yin line and don't let him take it past it. Get in their center, not in their shoulder. Don't lean your right shoulder forward. Don't lean onto the front foot. I know, Chiba used to do this all the time. That's not what we're doing, okay? I'm not doing that. I go on the back foot. He's pushing, I ground the back foot. I stay on the back foot. I'm not gonna come over here like this, okay? At this point, there's no way, the grounding angle has passed the contestation angle. Just keep going forward. There's no way. He's brought my elbow past that yin line. Okay? Stay on the back foot. Try it again. Okay? Nice. The claw only turns a very small amount. We're not doing hip rotation. It's a very short, quick move. Release tension the entire time. Don't fall out of your stance. Get your elbow on the grid. Use the grid. We're going somewhere. Elbow on the yin line. Wrist grab. The mudra is on the muji line. Bring the mudra to the muji line. Don't change the articulation of your elbows. The ma is going to change. The elbow goes inside your wrist. The elbow goes inside your wrist. Oh, watch. Here, I'm just going this way. There's no this. Okay? This takes this shape because my claw stays still. So if you want to, you can go this way, and you would have the obvious outward spiral. Okay? But when my claw moves with it, it is different, but it feels the same to me. Me, there's this spiral. Do you understand? This is a vertical circle. There is a lot, almost like you're giving kodash to yourself here. Okay? Try it again. Give kodash to yourself so you keep feeling it. Yes, that's it. Wrist and elbow and rotating around each other. Yes. Wrist and elbow, yes. Don't go over. Angela, don't go over. This is the natural hand positioning you're in as the wrist and elbow rotate around each other. Just bring the elbow to the yin line. Keep going. Stop. Very good. So you have to turn this more. Okay? Bring that elbow to that line. That's it. Bring the mudra to your midline. Stay grounded. Weights on the back midfoot. Get the elbow to the grid line. He's not my metric. I'm doing what's in me, and he's just a consequence of what I do in me. Here. So this is you. Okay? When you're out there like that, this is out, and this is nowhere near your midline. Okay? Okay, that moves in this move, so you can keep working on that. This hand, this elbow can't go to the Wuji line. My hands will meet, they can only meet at the Wuji line, which means this elbow is at the yin line. So I'm going to trade control points, which we never do in the Koki cultivation segment. It's more complicated. Yesterday we traded it from this hand up to the neck. This time we're trading it to the other hand. So he's driving, I'm seizing, I'm here at the midline, and I take my elbow back out to the yang line. Same thing, I'm not trying to just get his arm. I pick up the adhesion here. Again, an inch, kazushi. Here, half inch, kazushi. It'll work, okay? But I have to try for it. One, here, midsection, pick it up. Okay, try it. Don't reach across yourself. In the middle. you do move back to the yang. Middle. Move the elbow back to the yang. The elbow does come back to the yang line. So you got this past it. Here's where you can make space. If we take this cross and it's over here, there's congested here, and you'll be congested here on the grip. Okay? So this is where you touch it, and that is where from there you keep easing and you keep going. Okay? Yes. You have to keep seizing. You got to get out of the shoulders. Find it. That was it. Okay, go to what you know. If I stop, remember, if I stop them, then the energy stops. The very energy I'm using to supplement the energy work I'm doing in the cultivation setting. So here, I don't want to stop them. You're going to see if you stop here, that is going to be as every bit as subtle as when we did the fingertip pull. But if you keep the transfer going, you're going to see there's more energy, there'll be more yang value, there'll be more adhesion, the easier to get the position. So like yesterday, when you're bringing this hand has to be ready. So you can't get them there and then go here. This hand has to be ready. Okay? Go. Get that hand ready. Yes. Remember to keep your weight on the back foot. Yes. Always feel for their center on this transfer over the control points. Don't stop the energy. Change partners. Don't over-rotate. Now our feet are pointing out. Okay, he's coming in. Okay, try it. Maybe it was my slow example. I went slow so you could see my movement, but you have to keep them moving. Pop quiz, where's your adhesion point? Wherever it touches. Okay, so don't try for an area, just that's where we're stuck, that's where his center is, that's where I keep going. Okay? Go. Don't over-rotate. There's only one claw movement, and then we're not moving anymore. We haven't introduced it. Change partner.
Thank you. Travis.
Keep it moving. Okay, so because we're moving towards Kihon, we have to stick more of the shape in there. The shape becomes relevant because we're more closer to the martial field. And that's why we have that grid. Here's where you can transfer. Transferring across that is going to open you up to cross body checks. You never cross your elbows across that, towards that center line. You're done, okay? That's just a martial universal rule. So I never do that. My arm is always, that's as far as my elbow goes. This can do it, but not my elbow. Likewise, when we're on the outside of the arm, pay attention to where you feel this, okay? Where is the last touch point? Above the elbow. It's got to be above the elbow. It can't be down at the wrist. It can't be down here. If you went down by the wrist, what happened to your elbow? It's outside the outer rim. If I'm at his elbow, I'm at my shoulder, okay? And this way he can't trap around me, okay? Because I'm controlling the elbow point, which controls the hinge. So that, wherever you touch, yes, but you'll let that slide wherever you need to get back to that elbow point, okay? Keep it moving, more energy, more energy. Ground. Move them past you. Structural question. So here, that's what that hand is doing. I only have this. I only have this. This hand can't go like that. That's no shape. So this hand is going here. This hand is going this way. It makes contact. And then it just moves. The elbow moves out. Boom. 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 This way. to get out of this wrist, we'd have his arm somewhere like this, right? So to get out, it's going to get out with that inward spiral. It's not going to get out slipping this way, because I don't have that shape. So this hand is going this way. This way, back. And you put it all together. Okay, try it. For the inward spiral, we already know how the wrist and elbow rotate around each other from yesterday. Keep the center moving on its initial trajectory. Keep it moving in that direction. Over the top. Down. Keep them moving, keep them moving, keep them moving. You gotta make that center go. Here's the shoulders. Keep it moving. We got too tight. The first one also moves. The first one moves in too. Turn it, turn it. So if I am doing the outward spiral, does that make sense? And if I'm not doing the flat circle, you guys see what I mean by flat circle? Okay? If I'm doing the outward spiral and I have the adhesion, you'll watch his elbow, wrist change relationship. Do you see that? Okay. Stop. There's that same thing we did yesterday. The hand is outside the elbow. If you do the flat circle, the hand stays in alignment with the elbow, which means the elbow is anchored and there's his power, which means you're in the shoulders and not in the center. Okay? So I know we do that all the time, or we see it all the time, but here I can't get in. Okay? You have to take that boom this way. Okay? Does that make sense? And again, if you're just working in with you, that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing this exercise, okay? And then he's just, whatever, he's inconsequential. It happens, okay? Try it again. Again, in Kihon, shape matters, because we're in martial. Have to get their elbow inside their wrist. That's it. We want to come over the top, so in this version. Over the top. Have your transfer hand ready. Keep it moving. So it was hard to keep it moving. So what should I do instead for my engine? The last part was hard. So what should I do? What would be my solution? What should I do? What should you do?
You gave the arm earlier.
You stop. You stop him here. Keep him moving. keep them moving. This has to be on the floor. It can't go. It has to be on the floor. Okay? Try it again. There you go. Okay. Radically different result, right?
Yes.
Okay, go. Your leg, Sean.
Okay.
Okay, so you're late because there's no room. Okay? Now let's figure out why there's no room. Go again. No, we're not going slow anymore. We need the amplification to get the true human reaction. What'd you do? What'd you do right away? No, pay attention to his head. Go. Do you see the little U? You see the U? He's trying marriage with gravity. He felt my weight onto his feet, but he's trying to paint it with his marriage with gravity. Instead of send the energy down to your feet, he'll go down. I didn't go down with you. So now when you come down, you got to come back up to get there. It's too late. Okay, try it again. Don't ever check your own height. Keep it moving. Good. This is very, very good training, Chris. Very good training. Keep it moving. That's it. Release the desire. Don't move your stance yet. Don't step out of it. If you're still in hearing, you're still staying still. Try to get to the elbow. It's got to become like your back's exposed. It should freak you out. If that elbow's not inside the wrist, it should freak you out. I mean, you should let go. This is not going to work. And if you're below that elbow on the outside, it should freak you out. These things don't work when you learn the hard way. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do it slow, but remember, we're not doing it slow. Okay? He's coming. I move him. Here's that angle now, where I enter. Begin on that 90 to it, okay? Try it.
Okay. Right.
All we're doing is stepping. Just step. Yeah, you gotta get over here. Don't grab nothing. Don't go, just do what I did. I just stepped in. That's it. This way. So we got too far. Your elbow came to Wuji instead of the grip. Got to get there earlier. Your second hand is late. Over the top, over the top, over the top. Over the top. Over the top. There you go. And you want to go straight north. You got to get it past you. Straight north. Too early. That's it. Relax though. Get your yang aspect on your own self. That's accident. Okay, let's fine tune a little. So in the same way that he's moving, this hand is already here. This hand is already here. Touch. I'm already shifting weight for that. In other words, you can't go there after it manifested, because it takes time to get there. Okay? So likewise here, I can't go there by the time it manifested. Just like I can't go get that ball over there. I gotta be ahead of it, okay? So same thing, the hand is already moving towards it so that it gets there, and my body's already shifting so I get there, okay? Can't wait. Likewise though, you can't go early, you're gonna have to take some of your angle because it never opened up. Boom, moving, and I'm here. And I'm rotating in this circle that I'm creating. I'm not passing it. So you should end up, spine, your spine is just to the inside of his spine. This is not enough. Definitely not enough. Spine to spine, not enough. Just to the inside of his spine. Okay? Try it. And it's yin space, so it should be an effortless movement. Too close. Don't use your grip. When you get there, your yang aspect is grounded. You go wherever it is. Get in the back. Find the center first. There it is. Keep it moving. There it is. Just step. Relax, relax, relax. You're late. Get your hand ready. Put it up. Put the other hand up. Relax, relax. Okay. It should be like this. I'm already ready. Okay, try it again. I don't want you touching it when you enter. Just step over there and stand. Okay, go ahead. Find the center with that spiral. Keep it moving. Keep it moving over the top. Good. And let go of it. I mean mentally too. And don't fall out of it, settle into it. Settle, let go, settle. Let go, settle. Let go, settle. Let go, settle. Just settle. Let go again. Let go again. Stop touching them. Good. Go ahead. Injure more. Okay, so yeah, these are things you know, like when you're fighting people that want to kill you or want to get away. I know this looks like you're in the back. You know what I'm talking about? But this is a quick, now I'm not. If we're here and he does not turn, but I turn, now I'm not either. So usually what happens is, this is where we are, and then he will come with me. You get it? But at that turn, he's not. And as I keep turning, even if I bring him with me, he's not. He moved when I moved, but now I'm clearly not in the back, okay? So to do this, this will kind of work. It'll work further in the radius. Here I am, spine to spine, okay? And I turn, and I'm staying with him. And as I keep turning, no, now we're not, now I'm not. So like all things in fighting, you gotta kind of have preparation for the failure rate and the contestation. So you're over here. So now when I turn, he's staying with me. No matter how much I turn, I will not get back onto this angle over here, okay? So in this drill, I am going to go past what you think is the back. And so the metric I gave you was, here's his spine, here's my spine. You see that? Okay? All right, try it again.
Travis,
You gotta move him past that. You gotta get on the elbow. And in this drill, we're just letting go, and emotionally too. And we only get one kidini option, not two. Not 2 steps. We don't get 2 steps. We don't get 2 steps. That's it. Yep, perfect. Release more back there. Lift. Keep the center moving. Keep it moving. release. Okay. Only one step. Don't get one step. Okay, the general rule that we have is like the barbell, I expect you to act like a barbell until I put it back on the rack. Then the barbell, I don't care what the barbell does. So the same thing with my uke. The nage decides when the uke is out of the technique. The uke doesn't go, I'm out and leave. Maybe I'm not done settling, okay? So the nage decides when we're out. You can either move, and he can see that you moved, he heard that you moved, you can tap him, whatever. But they're going to hang out there till you get to where you're doing the drill, okay? Go ahead. And at this point, we're letting go. You're just way too close. Relax everything. Get your spine where it needs to go. And also, we're not touching them anymore. You didn't bring him forward enough, so you had to go more towards 1 o'clock. You want to come towards 3. You got to not touch him. And you should be in Shizentai. Shizentai. This is it. This is it. Right. Release that glute tension. Keep them moving. She's in tight. Not Hanmi. Definitely not that Federite Hanmi. Your arches always are up regardless. She's got to get back so that you can enter at the 90. Got to get that hand ready. For you, I'll put it over here. Okay? Do what it takes to get things in motion and keep moving. See you go way over on that line, and now there's no room for that hand. Over the top, not underneath. So a couple things. Let's do some discovery learning. For going underneath, you can't do this get on. You can't do get on. You're fighting yourself. There's no room. Will he let go because I touched him in the behavioral cue? And will he go? Yes, he will. Okay. But no one else is gonna let you come up like that. Okay. To go underneath, this hand has to come past through Jodan. So it starts your passes, then you have the same thing. Okay? So, no, we're not doing that one anyways. So already here we'd be contesting, but prior to that we're contesting the teacher. The teacher said we're going over the top. So we let go of past performances and we go over the top. We let go, every release, all anxiety, tension, everything. My spine is over, and that's just where I hang out. That's the drill, okay? Let's go. See where your elbow is right now? It's that routine. So that I can't get in. There you go. But we enter this one.
Sure.
Release all tension, the glutes. Remember, your problem areas have been told to you, so go there as a good person wanting to improve. I'm going to pay attention to what was brought to my attention. You got to move her. Okay, release, release, release. Onto the midfoot. Okay, you gotta be cool though. Like I can't, you know, I'm gonna get a release and then we're there for 10 years. Okay? All right, another discovery learning here, okay? So normally, he's not even pushing, he's just standing there, okay? And I want you to get your spine to the back of his spine on the other side. Okay? Does everyone see that? Okay, right. Clear the hand, get to the back, shuffle. You need me, whatever. Don't push, just grab. And get back there. Yeah, there you go. Don't push. Do it 2 ways. Just do Sugiyashi, see where you get. And then the next way, take as many steps as it takes to get back there. And count how many steps it was. You're not doing my version now. You're doing the old version we all learned. Okay? We're doing it 2 ways. I do Sugiyashi, and then I do as many steps as it takes to get that spine where we had it. And remember, the uke is not pushing. It's standing there. As many steps as it takes to get you there. Then try it with the Sugiyashi. You could just open your grip too. They would. Just open it now and stay there. Okay, now you're going to do the Sugiyashi version. He goes, okay? And he took 3 steps. It's only 1 foot, 1 foot. Okay, that's 3 steps.
Sorry.
Sugi. Okay? Wherever you're at, that's where you're going to hold on. Let's hold on the shoulders. Okay? And you're going to turn the guy. Okay, got the idea? Okay, go. Turn him to your left. Like Idimi Nugget. Turn him to your left. No. You gotta do Sugiyashi. Okay, so what I see is like I can't even get you to do it the wrong way right now because your body goes, this is not gonna fucking work. But you're not conscious that you're trying to get it to work by letting go of the old way. So I have to hold you to it, okay? So we'll have this team come out. And Angelo, you're the Nugget. Okay? How many steps? Three. You only get 2 in Sugiyashi. Okay? Why do you think he wants 3? Because you're nowhere near the back on Sugiyashi. You get that? Okay, so you only get to do this. Okay? That's all you bring. Yep. Well, you can bring this foot up, but you can't move the other one. Put it down. Hold your shoulders. Okay, now this is what happens when we don't pay attention. Now what we're going to do is move her from the outside where she is to my center. Now she's there. You understand? That little distance, that doesn't happen in real life. Okay? That's just because she's been taught to wait. Fedra, you get to wait here, and then let me move you where my center is. But originally you were off center, and I used muscle to get you to center, and now do the technique. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I want you to experience, that they're off center, that's where I wanted them. Okay? Try it. Sean, you're going to hold on, and then you're going to turn it. You only get 2 steps. And bring her to your center. Yes. Yes. There's your power. Okay? Now, let's give some physical leniency. So he's way taller. He's got a lot bigger step. Okay? And get yourself in the back. Okay? Did you see that step? Is that step natural? No. Is that ever seen any athlete do that and be ready to do something else right after that? No. Okay? It's just too compromising, all right? So even if I could get there, even with this variation, it's now not martial anymore. It's not natural, all right? We'll do this exercise now, okay? So I was just standing still and just holding, right? Okay. Well, now let me move forward. Try to get to the same place, okay? Yeah. Got the idea? Okay. So he has to Sugiyashi that way. He's going to do the technique. No, I just walk. Okay, try it. You're going to try to bring that, you're going to try to get that to your center. Do you understand? You're going to try to get it to your center. And I just want you to do it at a walking pace right now. It might get you, it might not. You're going to try to hold on and try to turn them to your power arc. Hold on, turn them to your power arc. Okay, so even if you could not get a grab, you got a good gi grab or whatever, you can still feel the contestation, right? Right. Okay, so if we can, we'll just up the energy a little bit. Okay, so instead of just walking, I am now running past. Okay, try it. It was a jog, really. You got to try and get the shoulders. Okay, so we get kind of a shoulder grab going on here. We'll watch. Okay, so we kind of got it, but how did we get there? Let's look at it. Where is he actually entering now? Over that way. Do you see that? So again, to me, this is, it looks like you want to go, I got it, but you proved my point because you had to go that way. You can't go that way. Your body didn't even want to do it. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. But even if we got it, I'm now chasing someone and trying to stop them. I'm still contesting, it's not the art. Okay? And then from the martial point of view, okay, you got my shoulders. Oh, no, here we go. Back in double leg. Okay? It's nowhere near the vulnerability we think we're going to get from all that other stuff. Okay? So I'm not, I know you might smell Idiminage here, but I'm not doing that Idiminage. I am trying to generate the centrifugal energy here very incrementally, that I now use my body to start it too. Do you get that? Okay? And so now you see that the fight has rotated because we rotated. Here we war oppositionally. We're going to do what we do on the inside, on the tanden, on the hands. They feed each other. And how you do that, you rotate the cross. This is where I am now. Okay? In this technique, though, I don't want Idiminage. I just want this concept. Okay? You want this. Try it again. Right? Let go of the past. And that last angle, Rio, that's the right angle. Do it in here. Step behind them. Yes. Yes. Get right behind, get their spine right behind them. You gotta get his elbow to come in so that you get some semblance that he's rotating that way, okay? The rest you do with your entering. You've gotta have some semblance going that way. Like instead of 6, he's like at, 6 o'clock? He's like at 5:27, okay? Just slightly that way, which happens when you make his elbow go like that, okay? There it is, and then you're there. All the way. All the way. Yes, that's it, Rio. Yes. All the way. He has to pass you before you can enter. You gotta get all the way to the back. I don't know how big a step it is, but your spine has to get there. Okay, so if you're doing the technique and we're doing the last drill, you'll see he's already on your punch. Right here. Oh, wow, I'm good. I get myself, there I am. So when I'm doing this, I get my back here, and we all turn together. You'll stay in the back of them. Okay? Try it. You can do it slow or quick. What you'll notice is, there's no more pull on my hands. And I actually got there. Okay? Try it. Make sure your spine's aligned as suggested. Yep. Turn your spine with his spine. Right? That's it. That's it. You want to stay in the back. Yep. You reached up. You got to do it in the sequence. It's building up to that move. You got to you got to dip your fingers in the water bowl, right? Then you got to eat the canopies. Then you're going to have your soup. You can't go right to the main course. Be ready when you get there. Keep him going. No, you didn't keep him going. He's got to pass you. Keep him going. Keep him going. Enter. Turn your spine. His spine will turn. You shouldn't feel it in your hands. Cognizant that you are in the back through the entire rotation. Your spine is behind their spine. And no time are they going left or right of your spine or coming from left to your spine. You're staying right behind him the entire time. I just have to move you past me. Then I enter, and then I turn my spine, and I stay behind him. Okay? Try it. That's it. That's it. Keep your spine there. Keep your spine there. Keep your spine there. Don't go left or right. Bouncy. Keep your spine behind them. Turn your body so it stays behind you. Turn. Turn your body. Don't switch. Just keep turning. I'm here. Okay. And I'm going to turn my body. Okay, try that. Turn. Stay behind. Stay behind. Stay behind him. You're on the side of him. Stay behind. Stay behind. Don't think you need to knock it. I don't do you need to knock on the shoulders. So this not a Yiminage, okay? But the concept is I'm in the back. That's what we're working on. Stay behind, stay behind, stay behind. Stay behind, stay behind, stay behind. Good, yes. No pulls, you don't want any yawn on the hand. Turn, 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 turn. That's it. No yawn on the hand. Don't turn them back the other way.
Right.
Okay, so again, I'm not really even on here, but I'm just working on the concept, so we might as well. Just get here, okay? You're here like this. I'm going to turn my body, it turns his body, and I keep turning with him. As you see in the spiral, the way the spiral works, the centrifugal energy is doing one thing, centrifugal energy is doing one thing, and he's losing his space of support. It generates yin space. As the yin space comes up, that's when I follow him down. I don't shove him down against the yang space. Does that make sense?
Right.
So that's why we're here. That's why we're never going to go like that. Okay? I'm just here, and we turn my body. There's like this, and I just follow it down. Okay? Still not eating all good, but the Kazushi is. Okay, try it. No yaw in the hands, pulling away. No yaw in the hands, pushing down. You have to keep turning it. Don't pull back. Don't pull back. This is what I'm doing. Okay, so remember there's no forward inertia in the technique. Does everyone understand that? Okay? I'm just not doing it myself. So I'm here like that. I turn. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? You can't get the exact Ijiminage and Kazushi because we didn't let him keep coming in. I don't have that inertia there. Okay? But I can still do the 90-degree fluctuation to his base of support from the back, which I can't do from the side. Okay? Try it. Left to right, keep it on the Buji line. Here, I turn, you turn. That's what I'm doing. You see the tilt in this spine? Now I keep that. Okay? Try it. You want to pull them back. Don't pull them back. Make a dance out of it. See that pull. Start again, start again. That pull there. Stop, pull there. Don't do it. Move, engage your hands. Okay? Connect your spine and face flow. Turn. Stay in the back. Okay? Keep going. Turn. No back. You're not, you got on the side. Okay? Pull back. Yep. Trust it, trust it, trust it. Yes. Good. Turn with it, and just stay in the back. Good. That's it, Rio. Turn. That's it. All right. Let's do something to appreciate the body. We're good again. Okay? And I'm going to use the same downwardness of the kokyu. So I don't want to pull him back. I'm going to push him down. This way. And I keep sending his butt to the ground. Now gravity's working against me. I'll show it for a little bit. Okay? There it is. Okay? So we'll do it again. I'm in the back. I can't be on the side. Have to be in the back. Because I want this full, I want his trachea in the middle of my arm. Okay? Hold, top, hold, not enough, but I'll take the bar arm in this case. Here, I'm shoving him forward with kokyu. It's like this. But I have the choke. Now he's fallen into the bar arm, he'll tap. Okay? Let's do the bar. Okay. Tap early, let go quickly. You have to be in the middle. You gotta tap early. You gotta let go quickly. You gotta use your ground. Don't pull them backwards. Don't pull them backwards. Don't pull them backwards. You got to ground that back. Okay, so you have to shove his feet out that way. You see? You're doing that with your kokyu. Okay? You pull someone backwards. You pull me backwards. I just move backwards. It gives me time. You send my center out, and you, oh, that was it. That was death right there on the crush on the trachea. Okay? So on him, I went down, he did tap. I went down with him to free it. So you got to still protect each other. But it doesn't matter. The projection is his center that way. Okay? Not back, walking backwards. Okay? Try it again. Ground the back foot and project that center forward. Don't pull them backwards. That's it. And you have to be in the back for this. Yes, that's it. You gotta aim for center, you missed it. There you go. Get a good base, get a good base. Yep. See how he wants to sit on you? You don't want him to sit on you. Don't kneel down, let go. I'd rather you let go.
This is it.
There shouldn't be any weight coming back to you, Chris, right? So you see how you're pulling him back. So, as I said, right, boom, I get projected out, you get projected out, okay? So there should never be weight that's coming back to me. And it's when I had to let it loose, I let it loose going forward, okay? Because he is going forward and sitting down, hanging himself, okay? But you can see now, okay, that's hard. But it's the same skill. Just a smaller window, and I'm multitasking up the yin yang, okay? But it's the same projection skill. So, going back to like the kids, we'll get them in the ballpark, and then later we show them the techniques. All right, so let's look at this technique. We just have them sit down. Okay, and we're not doing any of the mechanics right now. We're working on just the bar arm choke. The bar arm choke is every bit as lethal as a union nugget. You're going to take this forearm bone right here, and you're going to drag across the trachea. See that? We're not doing the LVNR. It's right here. This is illegal, that's why you don't see it in the internet. This is a different one. This is where I'm at. Then this hand is waiter's hand. And I do this gable grip here. Cup my hands, grab my thumb here. This elbow goes down. As he's going to try to pull it. You know how he pulls it into his back. Does that make sense? Can you hear it like that? Nope. He's going to pull it. He's going to try to save his life. So I anchor this elbow. When he pulls it, it goes into his back. You understand? Okay, so this is how we're going to learn it. You're going to get everything in place. You're going to get good grip. I'm not going to squeeze yet. I'm going to anchor the elbow. He's going to pull it. You can pull with two hands. And you should feel pressure in the left elbow. Okay? Try it. You're on the peg. You're on this portion, on the trachea, which is the windpipe. You're going to grab your grips like this. Yes. You're going to anchor the elbow without tightening it. You got to keep it loose. You got to give it a little. We're testing the integrity of your right elbow. Now he pulls down, and that should press into his back. Don't let your elbow come up, Chris. Don't let the right elbow come up. Go. Got it? That's it. Now you try it. Not like this. Like this. Close your fingers together. Good. In the bottom hand, the bottom hand is the elbow hand. Okay? Here, and this is what's pressing. Don't tighten it yet, because we're just testing this. When she pulls, you should feel that elbow going to her back. Okay? She pulls. Good. You got to give it. You can't do it tight. You got to do it loose. We can test the elbow integrity. Good. That's the elbow integrity. Anchor that right elbow into his back. Yes, that's it. That's it. There it is right there. So, the choking area is the bone. This part right here. Move this like that. Okay? Let me put you. And then put your thumbs together with your fingers. That's what you hold on. And then we're testing that, so you keep that down. And now he pulls on it, and this will press into his back. Good. Hey, everyone's elbows stayed in place? Okay. So this part feels anxious to us when I tell you keep that loose. I can see how much space, especially like a long arm. You're like, Dave, it's hanging off the side. It doesn't matter because it's over here that is the attack. You see that? There is a lot of room there. So I fill that room up with my shoulder. That's what keeps his head there. Don't fill it up with your elbow. Okay, down's on the fleshy part of my arm. It's not going to don't do that, people can start trying to lift the elbow and slip out the back there, okay? So you feel the space, shoulder. You can get your head there too. You can't go out that way, okay? Now he tries to pull, and we're still testing the elbow. There's no way he's going to get out of there, and no way he'll get out of there by the time I touch that tray tip. Especially if I take his balance and he's following, okay? So we just added to it. 1, 2, and then we're still testing the elbow. It's still loose, okay? Try it. Don't, give space. You want this, Virginia, like this goes on the throat. This goes on the throat. Yes. Now you just shrug your shoulder to keep his head there, and you tuck his head. Anchor that elbow. Good. You're a little bit in the fleshy part. Shrug your shoulder, tuck your head, press his head into that other shoulder. There you go. Good. Should be effortless. You gotta get the bone against it. Yeah. Don't turn it because you'll do the pressure part again. Your elbow should not be down. Good. That's it. Okay. We're just testing the elbow. Good. Tuck your shoulder, tuck your head. Tuck your head so you can't squeeze it around. There you go. Okay, just once each. Right in the ballpark. Okay. You cannot choke with your bicep; they burn out. Okay. You don't choke by squeezing your bicep back into him. The choke that I did, he hung himself. Okay. So that's where the initial percussion is on the trachea. Does that make sense? Okay. But to obey this rule that I'm not pulling this in and I'm not lengthening it, that takes weight too, is I will fill myself with that palmed end. Okay, so here's that pressure. I got it right on the edge, and I just start swelling. Then take it off. And you'll feel that without me moving, it's tightening. Okay? Does that make okay? Right, because the pressure falls and the tandem swells. So that tandem is now pushing on him. Okay? And so I don't ever burn the choke out. So again, to do this, I get everything in place. Everything's in place. Okay? I don't use my bicep. I start to release. Okay? He'll feel it pressing, and that's where he safely should do it, tap out, okay? Because we don't want to damage each other. But you should feel a pressure change on your throat from the pressure change in me. Okay, try it. Get everything in place. There's no space. You're on the edge of no space. Then you start relaxing, pressurizing your own body. I'm going to move this a little. You have to be perpendicular to the target. That's where you want to be. Now shrug your shoulder against his head. Press here. Pull that down. Now here's where you don't let me push you over. You understand? Okay? Don't let me push you. You release the tension. And you get a pressure in your body. That pressure goes on, so it's going to go on. Don't push forward. Okay? That's how I do it. Okay. Okay. So, for example, Again, go back, a lot of us don't think even not just lethal, now this seems aggressive. But this would be one of those things like from a peace officer, use force law. If I could dump him on his head with the Iginagi, I could have shot him. If I could have shot him, I could break his trachea. All those things at the same level of force as all serious bodily injury / deadly. Okay. Second point, you can see I can take this force engine and do something totally freaking different, right? Which is why it's important that I'm in certain areas in certain ways. So we talked about how important being in the right place at the right time. Okay? If a Iginagi, for whatever reason, goes south, you're in the back. A lot better options are back there than trying to find this thing that you're losing. You lost it. You should go to the next technique. Okay? And the transition should be so seamlessly that no one would ever know watching that you had an Iginagi in mind. Okay? That's how seamless it is. So in order to be that seamless in our fluidity, our body itself has to be as neutral as possible until initiative is achieved, okay? So in other words, if I get behind you and I start to rotate you, I got Iginagi, right? In other words. But if for whatever reason, I don't know, you changed your height, you see, because when you felt your center getting tipped this way, remember that it originally turned your angle like that, and you dropped your weight. It's like, ooh, right? You drop your weight, I merge with that energy, boom, send your center out, boom, and you hung yourself. Okay? As opposed to you drop your weight and I'm trying to turn you, I'm now contesting. Okay? This is why, for example, I was saying don't get to the back in Hanmi. Hanmi will be found after you gain the initiative of the Kazushi. Okay? And again, we'll point out how advantageous the back is. You can think of it like for us, we give everything a freaking tactical word, painted black, so it's tactical now. Some company made a joke that they would paint rocks black, and they would call it tactical rock. You could buy it for your other cop friends. So tactical. So we call the back the position of advantage. So that's where you want to be. And it's totally different from being slightly off to the side. Okay? So here we had this technique that only will function from straight on the back, won't function from straight on the side. All right. Questions, comments, observations, yes?
The very last choke, there was no mechanical
Yeah.
in your arm, and I don't know what it was, but it's like something swelled up.
Yeah.
In the back of me or in front of me or both, and
Yeah.
I just kind of got, like I said, there was no.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah.
That's when I felt it.
But that does happen. You see me do it in another way where like I had wanted you punch at me from that swollen position, right? Or ski at me. Right? Doesn't mean I'm going to let you ever punch me or that's my defense, but it's a way of confirming that it's there. Here it's put to a use to help, constrict things. When you start flexing, a lot of times you're getting smaller, you see, until the pressure, now you start to set that pressure up. But in that meantime, those muscles that are not necessary and probably aren't even in the choke, you're fatiguing out. So you enter into the fatigue cycles really quickly. What we teach in law enforcement is, I don't know, so let me fill you in. So in BJJ, they'll talk, I don't even know what they call it. I don't know if that was a law enforcement nomenclature. We call it a fatigue cycle. You put the suspect in a fatigue cycle.
But I know that I've heard like Henry and Grayson talk about it. So you get them tired, they start to get tired. And then in BJJ, the conventional wisdom is like a minute. People kind of fight hard for a minute. And what we have found on the street is probably because we're not really dealing with highly trained people, or if we are dealing with highly trained people, they're also high or drunk, things like this. So they're not at their physical peak. So the fatigue cycle is actually about 10 to 15 seconds of dude peters out, okay? Well, the same thing goes for you in those high adrenaline fights. Like you will peter out really fast if you're doing maximum effort on anything. That kind of goes into like even foot pursuits. So like in the movies you see the cops running, everyone's running, and we don't do that because when you catch that guy, you're gonna have to fight. So we do more like, I think it's called persistence hunting. You just kind of keep eyes on it. That guy peters out because he's high on meth or whatever, and then I'll wrestle the guy that already put himself in the fatigue cycle kind of thing. But it takes emotional intelligence, spiritual maturity to not get angst up and start flexing unnecessarily, you see. So the way to not do it is with the sound technique. We're not the ones who invented that. This is the way they always do it. So if you go back, like I'm sure you've seen some older videos of all our Japanese-derived grappling arts, or even the Chinese arts, you'll see that, and the dude is choked out, and sometimes you don't even see the choke. And part of that is that you don't see the naga actually doing any of the squeezing or anything. Or you might have seen fights where the guy lets go of him, and the ref is wondering what happened, and then he's out. Right? You see all that kind of thing. And that's just proper technique. It's not magic. It's just improper technique has become commonplace nowadays. It's magic. It's not magic. Right? Just like the Koki projection of your center out into the hanging. It's the same exact thing. But it's more complicated because the angle is more different, and I'm busy doing something else as opposed